The Chief joins me here today right after his fight announcement. Abu Dhabi Power Slap #9 going up against Darren Godfrey. How good does it feel to finally get that muzzle off? And now you can talk to the world about what's to come.
I'm stoked. I'm super excited. By the way, a very good matchup, and I already knew who I was going to go against, but at the same time, it was like when they announced it, it was so real. It just became real like all of a sudden. So I'm stoked that I have a worthy opponent, and we'll just see how everything goes.
Yeah.
Someone's going out on their shield.
Absolutely. I mean, in this, Road to the Title 3 series, you got to live in the same house with him, and you know more about him than you do typically, I'm sure most of the guys you fought in your entire MMA career. Talk to me about Darren and the competitor that he is going to be, because obviously you know quite a bit about him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really great guy. I mean, after I got to know him, after the fact that things kind of went upside down in the house, I'm not too sure if you guys had heard about that. There was a bit of like, I don't know, like internal confrontation between himself and the competition. But at the same time, everyone's been asking me, hey, why did you guys get into it? And why did Darren go home? Or not home, but why did he go? I mean, they sent him to cool down, right? But being in the house with a guy that I got to know after, knowing that I was going to be, or he was going to be my future competitor, it was good. It wasn't like I had any animosity towards him like I did with the other gentleman that was just acting a fool. But Darren carries himself in a very proper way.
Awesome. So there is a level of mutual respect between you guys. Would you say that?
For sure. For sure.
Awesome, my man. What have you been working on every day to make sure that you continue to evolve and get better?
So it's the same thing that I've done over the course of years that I've been training and doing MMA. It's just something different now that I include into this training regimen because I'm not trying to put wear and tear on my body. I'm not trying to, do every single sport throughout the day, and then I'm just suffering at the end of the day, right? So I had to eliminate some of the things and incorporate something else, which is yoga. And I keep telling everyone this. Everyone's asking me, "Hey, what's the secret?" And I'm like, I already have the striking power. I have the technique, and I have the precision. I just need to fine tune the mechanics through my body. And doing yoga now has just been tremendous. So yoga has been part of my regimen now.
Yeah, I mean, yoga, obviously, lengthening, the stretching, but also the meditation part and the mental that comes with it. We see a lot of guys that on paper have the tool set. They've got, the collegiate football background. They've got the muscles. They've got everything. How
Correct.
important do you think the mental is in really separating the guys at the top from the rest?
It does a lot. It does a lot for you too. I mean, I'm not too sure what other gentlemen or what the other fighters or competitors do through their training. I see Anthony. Shout out to Anthony. He's killing it right now and representing himself. His brand and crushing it in the gym. But he's been adding a little bit more of strength training and conditioning. That's something that we need to improve on too. But with compared to the rest of the guys, my training is intense. My training is intense. So being able to step out of my body and step into my mind and control my mind, it helps me in my fight. Knowing that okay, I'm cool, calm, and collected, but going into a war zone, I need that type of mindset because I don't need nothing else to bother me at that moment. So strengthening your mind is the main thing. And I think I said this in our recent episode was that I focus so much on my body and trying to maintain my health and, do that where I switched it up. And instead of 90% on my body, I've been focusing 90% on the mental game. And I just reversed the roles and put 10% to the physical because now I know everything about the physical body. I just need to strengthen my mind. And doing so has been helping me out tremendously.
Awesome, man. I mean, you came on the scene, you've done a lot in a short period of time. You've been one of the most active guys, I would say, in the last 6 months with everything that's kind of been going on. I know you continue to work outside of the sport on building your brand, your name. I know you're working on some of the business side of it as well, trying to stay things. You got yourself an agent, to help represent you as well.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like this is your moment, your time? I mean, because the MMA side is kind of, I don't want to say maybe it's kind of come and gone, and now this is your evolution and your expansion of what you're focusing on. But is this your moment, your time in Power Slap to really take everything and fulfill those goals?
Yes. And so I do have an amazing team. Shout out to Isaac at Waverly Sports Agency. He takes care of all the dirty work behind the scenes, and I'm focused on me just putting in the work and putting in the time, which I need to do as an athlete. So having a team like that, it's been nothing but an easy path for me, and being able to focus on training and my next victim and preparing for them. But going into the business part of it, building the brand for me means a lot. It means a lot because it's not just about myself, it's about the people that I represent. And coming from Hawaii without I would say not that much, and the different opportunities that we have there compared to moving to the mainland, you have all this opportunity. It really taught me how to build my brand and make sure that I'm going to make a name for myself. Like, I'm doing it right now. And I truly believe that I'm going to be the next champion of the middleweight division without ease. And I'm climbing the rankings, as we can see. But this is the Chiefs show. And I'm going to say this all the time. The middleweight division is mine to take over. And we'll see what happens next.
Yeah. My man, what we know next is Darren Godfrey. Talk to me about the keys to victory for you and what you need to do.
Well, like I said before, I believe in the things that I speak. And so if I speak it, and I see it and I believe it, and shout out to Conor McGregor on his quote. I'm not trying to mess up the paraphrase with that. But at the same time, that is what I truly believe in, is that I'm going to end things in the first round. And when I spoke before that, my one and done move, measure on one, and walking away from the event untouched, unbothered, physically and mentally, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go home with the bag and with the win, of course, and move on to the next victim.
Mm-hmm. All right, man, put your front and center. If Darren's watching this, what do you want to say to him?
Darren, I hope you're ready, my guy, because this will be a war. And I'm truly happy that we got this matchup, because you deserve another chance on the show to showcase your skills. But you do know that the Chief is coming, baby. I'm coming here to take over the next village.
Awesome, man. One more for you before I let you go. There is the title on the line in your division, John Davis versus Isaiah Quiones. What's your prediction in that match?
I got to say, Isaiah has been putting in the work. And for me, Isaiah, win this belt so that way I can just dismantle you and, take that belt from you. But other than that, I know that it's going to be going to Isaiah's favor. And then from there, you'll see who's next. Maybe it's the Chief.
Awesome, my man. I appreciate you joining me, taking the time out of your day. Look forward to seeing you there in Abu Dhabi. Of course, Slap News will be there to cover everything leading into the match, being there for the weigh-ins and the post-fight press conference. So I look forward to seeing you show up and show up, my man.
Always.
Take care, dude. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely, Corey. Have a good one.